first and foremost, I want to give all the honors and the praises and the glory belongs to my Lord and Savior. His name is Yahweh, Bahasham Yahavashai, Bahasham Wahavaka Kwadash. Name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. Son's name is Yahavashai, in who I reverence and honors. To the apostles that have in the Holy Spirit, and to the hopeful elect across the globe, and to the few, the very few brothers and sisters listening and also learning in the hopes of being saved within these last days. All right. This lesson is going to be how to become more spiritually minded. We're going to start from Romans, go straight to 8, and we're going to jump straight to verse 6. Right? For to be carnally minded is death. So when someone's carnally minded, they're really operating out of the flesh, right? They're really operating out of emotions, right? The scriptures teach us emotional stability, right? Emotional stability. People that are carnal minded, we have no control over their spirit. So they act out in the flesh. Okay? So to be carnally minded is death. That's what it equates to, death. But to be spiritually minded is life and peace. So if you want peace, you have to be spiritually minded. What does it mean to be spiritually minded? What does it mean to be spiritually minded? 2, focus on the things of the spirit. And the phrase it goes into sets the mind on the spirit, translates of a noun phrase, phenomena, to nomitas, mindset of the spirit. So what do we set our mind upon? The things of Yahweh Yahawashi. This is how we become more spiritually minded. Okay, in the midst of all chaos, in the midst of all drama and soap opera, we could still remain what? Spiritually sound. Okay, that's life and peace. Okay, but if you don't have a spiritually mind, you're not going to have life and peace. Verse 7, because the carnal mind is enmity, it's that friction, right, against the Most High. So that means people that are in a carnal mind, they're not pleasing Yahawashi. They're at friction, it's at enmity, because Yahawashi wants us to think spiritually before we make any decision. He doesn't want us to be impulsive on acts out of emotions. Even though we have emotions, but them emotions have to be filtered through the scriptures. Okay? For it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be. So they that are in the flesh cannot please Yahawashi. Okay? But you're not in the flesh, if so be in the spirit, dwell in you. No man have not the spirit of Moshiach, he is none of his. If you don't have it, that means you're in the flesh. And we don't want to operate out of the flesh. So someone who operates in the flesh, they hear something, I don't like that. No. And they throw a hissy fit. Because you've got a bunch of impulsive individuals walking about that can't control their spirit. So if you can't control your spirit, who's going to control it? Satan. Right? So now we went to that. I want to go to Proverbs. Before we go to Proverbs, you know what? Because I want to go to Matthew 14 and 29 as well. Before we go there, we go to Proverbs 25 and 28. So this is Proverbs 25 and 28. He that have no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. So what happens with a city when it's broken down and it has no rules? It has no walls. It has no barriers. That means anybody can get in. The enemy can get in. So when we don't have control over our spirit, the enemy is able to get into what? Your mind. I'll read that again. Proverbs 25, right? And 28. He that have no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. In other words, you're defenseless. Anything can get in now. Anything. And that's how them demons lodge in your mind. So that's why we need control over our spirit. And once you have control over your spirit, when you're able to contain the flesh. Because if you can't, that's an open door for what? The enemy. You're defenseless. There's no barriers. And Esau, what does he want? He wants your mind. This is what he wants, your mind. That's why we got to be focused. Quickly want to go to Matthew 6, Matthew 14 and 29. An example of Peter when he was told to walk to Yahushua. So this Matthew 14 and 29. Go to 28. And Peter answered him, said, O Lord, if it be thou, bid me come unto thee on the water. Right? Bid me. Right? Allow me to walk to you on water. Right? And he said, come. When Peter was come down out of the ship, he walked on the water to go to Yahushua. So he was walking on water through faith. But when he saw the wind boisterous, in other words, it was beating quite hard, he was afraid. And beginning to sink, he cried, saying, Lord Yahushua, save me. So, it's when that wind got boisterous, that's when Peter started to get afraid. But it tells you he was walking on water. So that was a distraction, right? And that's when he began to sink. He cried, saying, Lord, save me. And immediately Yahushua stretched forth his hand and caught him and said unto him, Oh, of little faith, why did thou doubtest? Why didst thou doubt? So, what do we learn from this? Right? What do we learn from this? That was a test. The winds were boisterous, but he started to sink when he was focusing on everything around him and not Yahushua. And that's why our eyes have to be single. Right? And said, oh, little faith. And that's when he began to sink. But guess what? Yahushua grabbed him. So in times in this truth, when it seems like everything's going bad and we're beginning to sink, Yahushua is there, ready to grab you, ready to lift you up. And it says, Baba Kasha, Baba Kasha. Excuse me just a minute. And when they were coming to the ship, the wind ceased. And they that were in the ship came and worshipped, saying, of a truth, thou art the Son of the Most High. Okay. After seeing that, can you imagine Peter's faith? After that, can you imagine how it just grew? So we didn't say Peter did not walk. No, he walked on water, but he began to sink. So Peter had that experience after. Well, I can walk on water. I've done it before. Even though he began to sink. Why? Because that doubt set in. And what does doubt do? It stops your progress. You can't move forward. Doubt is a demon. Doubt is a demon. That fear demon as well. Right? It stops you from what? Moving. It keeps you stuck. And that's why he began to sink. Because the winds. But prior to them boisterous winds coming, we know Peter was looking straight to Yahushua. But he began to sink when he was paying attention to everything else. And that's why it says in Matthew 6 and 19, if the eye be single, the whole body shall be full of light. But if the eye be evil, it shall be what? Evil. Our eyes have to be single. So when your eye's single, guess what? The enemies are going to send distractions your way. And that's just the way it works. Right? But to be spiritually minded is life and peace. So that's what we got to do. And I kind of want to merge this lesson in with the right things to say as well. Go to Ecclesiastes 6. Right? And 5. Sweet language will multiply friends, and a fair speaking tongue will increase kind greetings. Right? So it's not, you're knowing what to say at the right time. But be in peace with many. Nevertheless, but have one counselor of 1,000. Have one counselor. It says be in peace with many. Right? Now, are you going out of your way to do that? No. But it makes your walk within this truth much more easier. But you still have one counselor. Right? One. Okay. So we went to that, Baba Kashar. I keep on saying, we're not out here to be Mr. Macho Man. Right? You out here strutting your shoulders. Because there's always someone what tougher. Okay. So we went to that, Baba Kashar. Ecclesiastes 21 and 25 as well. And I want to go to Ecclesiastes. We have to apply these scriptures in real time. Because the reason why a lot of these people got a bag of excuses on why they act, a lot of people are in prison because they acted out of 1 minute. What 1 second of aggression, they were not thinking about what they were doing. Right? And what do they say? Oh, if I just would have fought, if I just would have made a better choice. Because they were acting out of emotions. And where do most of our people get that from? Their mother. Right? Been under their mothers too long. And they end up taking on what? That vibration. Single mother households. Excuse me just a minute. So just some advice how to deal with situations. Proverbs 13. We go to 14 instead. Right? It says a wise man, this is 14 and 16. A wise man fareth and departeth from evil. But the fool rageth and is confident. So that's what a wise man's going to do. He's going to fear the Lord and he's going to depart from evil. But the fool rageth, right? That narc rage, right? Wanting attention and is confident. So the fool, he's confident in his raging. But he that is soon angry dealeth foolishly. I've had them times back in the world where you were dealing foolishly, you were impatient. Yo, where's my chicken wings? Hurry up, you're taking too long with that. How comes this ain't working? And you just need to take some time. No, it is working. You just needed to take time. Right? How comes this ain't operating properly? No, it is. Just take your time. Right? Oh, the queue is taking too long. Bro, just be patient. He that is soon angry dealeth foolishly. Now people are looking at you like, what's this guy doing? Right? And a man of wicked devices is hated. So people that are quickly angry, you notice how they operate. They operate out of impulse because they have no control over their spirit. And a man of wicked devices is hated, wicked imaginations. And the Lord Jehovah Shai can see everything you're doing, by the way. He can see everything. He's watching you. Right? Everything he's watching. Okay? Go to Ecclesiastes 21 and 25. Check this out. The lips of talkers will be telling such things as pertaineth not unto them, but the words of such as have understanding are weighed in the balance. So the lips of talkers, we're living in a society, they need gossip. They've been watching too much EastEnders and Coronation Street, right? And people reenact what they see in these soaps. They reenact that, right? So the lips of talkers, gossipers, will be telling such things as pertaineth not unto them, but which don't concern them. But the words of such that have understanding are weighed in the balance. Right? Weighed in the balance. Right? Go to Ecclesiastes 28 and 25. Okay? And weigh our words in the balance. So we're supposed to weigh our words first. You're supposed to think what you say before you say it. Right? Not just running your chops. And weigh our words in the balance. And make a door and a bar for thy mouth. Why do you have a door and the bar on that door to open it and to close it, right? So you open the door when it needs to be opened and you close it when it needs to be closed. So it's the same thing when it comes to our speech. Beware thou slide not by it, lest thou fall before him that lieth in wait. Because it's people listen to what you got to say. So you make a door for your mouth. Not everything needs to be said straight away. Just because some people like the sound of their own voice. Oh man. Proverbs, so back on Proverbs 15. Right? A soft answer turneth away wrath. A soft answer. Because there's people, you don't know what, especially on Mondays, so-called Mondays, I've noticed people are the most pissed off. So you don't know what mind state this individual may be in. So a soft answer turneth away wrath, because there'll be people that want to ruffle your fetters. So you just give them a soft answer, because they're not expecting that. So when you give someone a soft answer that's coming at you in a carnal manner, they don't know how to react. Right? You kill them with kindness. Okay, a soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. So you can make a situation much worse by using grievous words. Much worse. Right? Someone stepping on your shoes on purpose. Bro, you stepped on my Jordans. Bro, it's alright. It's just a pair of trainers. It's no big deal. Right? Using wisdom. Right? Using wisdom. Someone pushes in front of you in a line. Right? Alright, it's no big deal. It's just that individual, they lack patience. They don't have any integrity. Someone wants to hold you up in a line. That's fine. That's a reflection of their character. Verse 2, the tongue of the wise useth knowledge, alright, but the mouth of fools poureth out foolishness. So a wise man's going to use his words carefully, but the mouth of fools are going to pour out nothing but foolishness. Nothing but foolishness going to come out of that mouth. Because they have no filter. They have no real filter, and there's power in your words. What you say, what you do. Verse 3, the eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. So you do know the eyes of the Lord are the angels. Yeah, they're beholding all things, the good and the bad. Everything that's happened. Okay. Verse 7, the lips of the wise disperse knowledge, right, throughout the earth. But the heart of foolish doeth not so. Okay. So that's what the wise are going to do. Apply this wisdom in real time. Right? And not get so easily distracted and annoyed, because that's what Satan wants. That Satan wants you to be easily distracted and annoyed. Go to Psalms, Babakasha. Right? Psalms 30, I think it's 38. Psalms 37. Check this out. Psalms 37 and 7. Rest in the Lord Yahweh Shai. Right? So our peace is in the word of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. That's where we get our peace from. And wait patiently for him. So we got to wait. That takes patience. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way. So we see the wicked prospering, right? We see that, right? Because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. So we see the skullduggery that this man's doing with his wicked devices, right? His plans, his schemes, his tech, his wires. We see what he's doing, but the scripture says you're not supposed to fret over that. That's all the things you're thinking about. And that can happen sometimes, right? Oh, he's doing that. They're putting wires everywhere. They're wiretapping. They're doing this. Don't focus on that, because if you focus on that, that means you're giving them your energy. That's what they want. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. So these wicked devices, they do come to pass because the Lord wants it that way. because he's building up their tab. So when the time comes of their judgment, he's going to say, well, you done this, you done that, you done this. You didn't repent. Well, that's it now. I saw you doing this, you were doing that. Yep, it's your face, it's your description. Rest in the Lord, Yahweh Shai, and wait patiently for him. Fret not. Go into that word fret and becomes heated, agitated. Because as soon as you act out, now you're in Satan's realm now. If you act out, because of him that prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Right? So what? They got gift cards. They're given cars. They get new haircuts. Right? They're given all that stuff. So what? It seems like they're prospering, but they're not prospering. They're only prospering for a little while. Right? It's like they want you to be jealous of them. You know? Oh, let me park the car outside and blast my music. It's like they want you to notice them. Focus on Yahweh Shai. Right? And it says, the man who bringeth wicked devices past cease from anger. Cease from anger. Is anger good? Yeah, but translate that anger into the truth. Get that anger and this is what we got to learn to do. Or, I don't know, go to the gym. If you're feeling pissed off, I don't know, go to the gym. Whatever. But there's a way we can translate this anger and turn the anger into positivity. You can do that through Yahweh Shai. Because look how Yahweh Shai was. Even with the situation he was in, he turned it into a positive. Okay? Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil. Okay? Don't do evil. Don't think about it. Oh yeah, this guy's irritating me. I want to do him something. Come and do him something. Come on. I want to punch him in his jaw. No, don't do that. Because now if you do that, guess what? There's an undercover waiting just around the corner to arrest you. It's a setup. Don't you get it? It's a setup. That's why the scriptures are for our learning. Right? Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil. Don't do evil. Don't stoop down to their level. The scripture says, render not evil for evil. For evildoers shall be cut off. They're going to be cut off soon. Your gang suckers are going to be cut off. Right? The Lord may have it where they may even get in a car crash. They may get in a car crash. Right? They may trip over a banana peel and bang their heads. Right? They may be in they may... Anything can happen. So you don't take matters into your own hands. We leave it into the hands of Yahweh Shai. Focus on him. But those that wait upon the Lord Yahweh Shai, they shall inherit the earth. So we got to wait. For yet a little while, the wicked shall not be. They're going to be... Where were these people that were irritating you? They're no longer here. That time is coming. Just wait. They know their time is up. That's why they have to ramp up their little skullduggery and their demonic tactics. Because they know their time is up. Yeah, and diligently so consider his place, and it shall not be. But the meek shall inherit the earth. They shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. Verse 12, the wicked plotteth against the just. So yeah, they're plotting because they're wicked. Right? Oh yeah, I was getting that extra again, that extra attention, that celebrity attention yesterday. Extra. Right? So the wicked plotteth against the just. Plotteth means scheme. So the wicked, they're plotting against you. Right? And gnasheth upon him with his teeth. What does gnash mean? When you're crunching your teeth. Why? Because these people have no control over their spirit. They're emotionally triggered. I never knew this word, emotionally. I never knew it triggers people so easy. They're emotionally triggered. Right? I'm going to say that again. Yes, they're emotionally triggered. Right? Easily. Especially with narcs. Narcs, anything can trigger them. Okay? The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. Just continue to endure. The wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy and to slay such as be upright conversation. Who do you think that is? These government agencies, the NSA, the FBI, your security firms, right? So they want to try to slay us because our conversation is upright, right? That's why we got to have rule over our spirits. Don't play into the games, the theatre, right? And another thing as well. All right, so what if they're watching you? You're not doing anything. If you're not doing anything wrong, then you shouldn't be worried. What are you worried about? Okay. Ecclesiastes 20. We're gonna shut off. I'm gonna shut off soon. 20 and 20. Okay. And 18. To slip up on the pavement is better than to slip with the tongue. Right? It's better to slip up on the pavement, bust your knee, than to slip with your tongue. So the foot of the wicked shall come speedily. So it is going to. An unseasonable tale will always be in the mouth of the unwise. Right? Tale bearers. So that's what this is why I like being by myself most of the time. Because I hate gossip. Oh, did you hear about this? It's like a soap opera. I hate gossip. Oh, do you know what happened to him? Do you know what happened? It's just some soap opera. And a wise sentence shall be rejected when it cometh out of a fool's mouth. So even you could say something, a wise sentence, but if you're a fool, it's going to be rejected. People aren't going to take heed to it. For he will not speak it in due season, because there's a time and a place for everything. Ecclesiastes 3:3. There's a time to speak. There's a time to keep peace. There's a time to hold thy peace. Okay. So with this, I really hope this is edifying. And these scriptures show us more and more to be spiritually mature. Right? He that have no rule of his spirit is like a city that's broken down. Spiritual maturity. Emotional maturity. Not everything you see gets you pissed off. If it does get you pissed off, not everybody should know. So with this, I hope this was edifying. And until the next time, Shalom.